I want people to actually understand how powerful Aang truly is. Like, for instance, when people say how dangerous Azula is, do y'all not understand how fast Aang would have taken her out if he was actually the aggressor and literally hunted her down like she was his target? Like, if Aang genuinely said, forget everything else, I am trying to put you in the dirt. Like, if they both had the same killer morals, Aang would kill her instantly. Like when they first met and he went against her and Zuko, and he was just buying time for the gang to get away. Mind you, he haven't slept for hours and have been on the run non-stop, extremely exhausted and tired. Meanwhile, Azula was completely rested while riding in that tank or train or whatever we want to call it. Meanwhile, the fight on the drill, where Aang literally just got done cutting the braces inside the drill, which took him hours to do, mind you, with the help of Katara. He was more focused on how to stop the drill than anything, while she was in her throne room resting. Don't even get me started on the day trip that he took to gather everybody to go save Katara. And Doug the Boss King say, thank goodness Aang got morals. So I put up a poll to ask the question, which villain was the least dangerous to the world if their plan was actually successful? This is what determines how dangerous these villains are in particular. And sadly, as we know, 19% need to go back and rewatch the series. If Zahir was successful, all the people that are in power would be eliminated and leave the rule to the people. That's it. Amon will most likely took the bending of almost everybody, and everybody in the world will practically be just non-benders. It would be a normal world. It would borderline be like the world went into reset. But 19 people pick Zhao? Did people genuinely forget what his plan was? His plan was to wipe out the moon, like it's Dragon Ball Z or something. Not only would it affect the mortal world, but also the spirit world as well. He single handedly threw the world off balance in one night. Y'all really gotta put respect on how evil Zhao was, because that was his plan the entire time, was to just wipe out the moon spirit. And what makes it crazy, that's just for a promotion. Maybe I'm absolutely going blind, but people are saying that Azula did absolutely nothing in comparison to Kuvira. Because in case people forgot, a 14-year-old girl and her two other friends managed to form a coup underneath the noses of the people in the Earth Kingdom, where the government themselves have a powerful influence. And not only that, but she was able to pull it off successfully.
True power, the divine right to rule, is something you're born with. Don't flatter yourself. You were never even a player.
Like, people forget how underrated Azula was. And she came close to nearly capturing Aang on multiple occasions. And as a matter of fact, she successfully killed Aang. Not only did she conquer Ba Sing Se, but she also took over Omashu and called it New Ozai. And most of the time, she didn't even have an army. They also forget to mention that she's 14 years old. But let's not throw too much dirt on Azula's name. I really don't think you'll understand how important that year was that Aang became unfrozen. Like, let's do a hypothetical. Like, Katara and Sokka didn't decide to go out and catch a fish and break Aang out of the iceberg, and he just stayed there for one more year. Zuko remains bitter in search of his honor, circling the globe still looking for the Avatar, with Uncle Iroh at his side, of course. Zhao's plan in order to get promotion actually goes through. He goes to the North Pole, finds the water spirit, kills the water spirit immediately, and then proceeds to capture and kill every waterbender in the Northern Water Tribe, similar to how the Southern Raiders did the Southern Water Tribe. Azula and her team are actually successful when they use the drill on the wall of Ba Sing Se, and they end up taking Ba Sing Se by force easily, just like how they took over Omashu. And all those events happened before Sozin's Comet. And when Sozin's Comet arrived, Fire Lord Ozai will literally burn most of the entire Earth Kingdom. And what's not burnt will be under Fire Nation rule. So that was a very important year for Aang to pop out that iceberg.
Hello, Zuko here.
And if you like that video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also let me know what you think the next video should be based off of. Because like I say at the end of all my videos, I read every comment and I make sure that y'all are heard. Because I'm trying to get to 50K by the end of the year, I would love to have your support and hear more about your ideas. I hope you're able to apply these words in your everyday life. And Lily, thanks for watching. Oh, and a reminder, drink water.
Perfection and power are overrated. I think you are very wise to choose happiness and love.